Back with celebrity court news, unfortunately this time under sad circumstances, because we're talking about the death of our former president, the 6th Republican president of the nation of Zambia, His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Now today we have seen that the South African courts, and the High Court particularly in Pretoria, has ruled that the burial should not take place, which it has not. A ceremony was held. But I saw a few questions about why are we only seeing white lawyers in court, and our law lesson stemming from our celebrity court affair today is who can appear before the courts of law and where. So let's start with the case of Zambia. So for a person to appear before the High Court and higher courts, you will have to be admitted as an advocate of the High Court for Zambia. Then after the requisite years, you'll be able to appear in the Supreme Court and whatever, right? The same thing applies in South Africa. So for you to appear before the court, you must be qualified, and they have their own rules. And that is why you have seen that you have no Zambian lawyers appearing in the South African court. It's really that simple. They don't have the equivalent of the Ziale qualification for South Africa, and that's why we're seeing white men standing on behalf of our own people. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with that. It's just the qualification and who the parties chose to represent them in the proceedings. Otherwise, we hope things get settled amicably, and eventually our former president's body is put to rest. As far as I have heard so far, we're expecting a determination to happen on the matter sometime in August, and then I'm told there's a hearing in July. I don't know what the full dates are. It's been a busy day, honestly. I haven't had a chance to follow it properly, so everything I'm getting is hearsay. But yes, that's who appears. So before the subordinate court as well, you also have the choice to represent yourself in matters. It's not a good idea. It's always better to have legal counsel when you're appearing before the courts of law. But in the High Court, definitely an advocate of the High Court for Zambia is who has audience before the courts. And yeah, same applies to South Africa. So if you have a child who wants to study law, teach them that this is a downside to the legal profession, in that if they want to be litigation lawyers for each country they move to, they would have to take some form of bar or meet some form of qualification, which is why if you have observed people who've studied in the diaspora and have come back home pursuing the legal career and want to conduct litigation, honestly, even if you just want to work, because the profession is not kind if you don't have your bar qualification. So yeah, you would have to get that qualification here in Zambia. I'm not sure what the situation is in South Africa, but I know for sure there's certain rules that apply when you have to appear before the courts or represent someone. Nothing to do with race. It's just the rules. Okay, I hope this is helpful.